This vlogger, known for making exploration videos, begins by embarking on a solo investigation of an aged rural farmhouse. The farmhouse is in a spooky setting surrounded by fields, and the vlogger shows its degraded condition as well as old newspapers and furniture. This structure has been uninhabited for quite some time.
Oh. Right, so I'm going to get in here. I've got my night vision camera there, which I'm going to set up. It's not cold either, so I'm happy.
As the sun sets, the vlogger sets up a night vision camera and hears mysterious sounds. Excited for an adventure, they settle into a bedroom, pondering the house's history. Then this happened. The vlogger suddenly hears a noise that suggests an intruder. Terrified, they hide quietly, hoping the threat will pass. After persevering through the trail, the vlogger successfully exits the terrifying space with no further unsettling incidents, bringing a sense of closure to their harrowing night. On June 4th, 2024, a content creator ventures into a mysterious journey in some far-off woods with their dog. The dense forest surroundings evoke thoughts about solitude. The only companion is their dog, who at first appears to be placid and a source of comfort.
Look up right now because I heard some strange sounds. Stay here, Mika. Stay here.
But things were about to change really fast once the dog started acting weird. The startled dog's ears prick up, and it begins to growl and bark at something we cannot see in the black.
Shh. It's okay. I'm just talking to my dog right now.
The man continues to trail his dog's weird behavior with a flashlight through a forest at night, growing ever more nervous. Unsettling sounds in the background and a kind of stalker feeling increase his tension.
Oh shit. This dog is...
Eventually, the man decides to leave the area, reflecting on how the dog's behavior added fear to the night. The question now is, what might have been out there in the darkness? On a secluded night, Steve Wallace, a popular YouTuber known for his camping adventures, set out for a stealth camping trip in a forested area near a city. This video captures the intense and frightening moments he experienced.
There's somebody, hang on. I don't know if they can see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there.
Steve sets up his tent for a quiet night, but around midnight, unfamiliar noises and footsteps outside heighten his anxiety. His heart races as he realizes he might not be alone. When he checks, he finds nothing.
Hello?
Suddenly, a group of individuals emerged from the darkness, shining flashlights as they approached his campsite. Steve did his best to stay calm, but he couldn't hide his unease at the unexpected encounter. Sensing potential danger, he left the site. As he made his escape, feeling pursued by unseen individuals.
This is okay. All right, we're getting out of here. All right, lock my doors.
Thankfully, he didn't get hurt, as he was able to escape the situation. In this video, Taylor Van Beek, a YouTuber, documents house-sitting for a friend and taking care of his dog, Lollipop, and his sister's dog, Parker. He feeds the dogs, makes tacos, and plans to sleep in his truck.
Hang out in the crib while I get the bed to myself. We are hitting the sheets. I will see y'all in the morning.
Around 2 a.m., Taylor hears gunshots outside his truck. Visibly shaken, he stays still inside the house for safety.
I don't know what the heck's going on, but I think I just heard some gunshots right outside my truck. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the house because I'm kind of freaked out.
The following day, Taylor received a text from his friend who saw the incident on his Ring cameras. The footage confirmed that the sounds were indeed gunshots, but police never arrived at the scene, which surprised his friend. Check this out. Feeling uneasy, Taylor jokingly decides not to house sit for his friend again due to the sketchy neighborhood. It can be really unsettling to be in an unfamiliar or uncomfortable environment.
Lindo
An Indian YouTuber ventured into the forest on the last day of 2020 to set up a camping site and shared his experience of pitching a tent. The tent comfortably accommodated 4 people and was secured in a suitable location to withstand rain. As night fell, he felt the eerie silence and unsettling forest noises, expressing his fear of being alone in such isolation. Despite his nerves, he prepared for sleep, ensuring his gear was ready for the night. Suddenly, the noises throughout the night, including the sounds of animals outside the tent, increased his anxiety. At one point, he distinctly mentions hearing a tiger prowling nearby, although he can't see it. The YouTuber mentioned he barely slept due to fear and surrounding noises during his camping experience, but felt relieved and accomplished as he packed up to leave the forest.
Oh, whoa, did you see that big light? That wasn't a oh, wow. They're starting.
The YouTube video by DB Interactive Media shows mysterious lights flickering in the forest near the Mogollon Rim, known for the Travis Walton UFO abduction. The narrator's voice quivers as they spot the unusual lights flashing in the trees, seemingly distant from any known source.
They're started again. Whoa. And that's the same spot in the trees. Okay, that's a different area than it was before. I mean, it moved.
Suddenly, he described a giant light reappearing in the same spot, moving without any sound. No one was camping in the area, yet the mysterious lights continued to appear.
You see the little things crossing the screen. But you're going to want... Whoa! Now, did you see what I'm talking about? That was good. That was a good shot.
As the flashlight batteries were fading, he felt anxious. He said they needed to change the battery and would resume recording if he heard more sounds. The video concluded, leaving viewers curious and apprehensive about the mysterious lights observed at night. In this disturbing camping encounter that happened in the UK, a YouTuber known online as English Woodsman, whose actual name is Daniel O'Neill, initially went on a short camping trip in a spooky woodland. After a little while, he decided to rest and have some warm water. Suddenly, he heard some creepy, ghostly working sounds which definitely did not sound right. These working sounds went on for a few minutes and would definitely scare anyone. It was just like some invisible ghosts were working right in front of him and around him, but he couldn't see them.
As well, and rain camping is really good.
After a little while, he decided to move to a different place to continue his camping adventure.
I really hope I did. Because if I didn't, and I'm showing this, people won't believe that.
This YouTube creator, Larry, is virtually known for his camping adventures. On this occasion, he documented a frightening night in his RV during a camping trip, parked in an isolated area for serenity. Strange noises grew louder as midnight approached, initially dismissed as animal sounds. Larry grew tense as someone tried to break in. The door opened by itself, and with a flashlight and mobile at the ready, Larry came face to face with an unspeakable figure. An impasse ensued until the intruder withdrew. The creator shut the door immediately and shouted for help, his hands shaking as he closed the door. The intruder tried to break in again, but did not succeed, finally running off into the dark.
Need somebody out there.
This horrifying story is a perfect reminder of the unexpected danger that can come about even in what we think is the most benign place. At 2 a.m, a peaceful night in Carding Mill Valley is disrupted as a YouTuber in a camper van is jolted awake by a sudden shove on the vehicle's exterior. The YouTuber initially thinks it's a nearby Sprinter van, but the movement persists.
Quick update, it's just after 2 o'clock in the morning, and about 10 minutes ago, it was really weird, something woke me up, and it was pushed.
The air is filled with scary and indistinct noises from far away. leaving the mind racing. The YouTuber peers into the darkness trying to establish the source, with almost no visibility outside, leaving them on edge.
I don't know if you can hear this.
At 3 a.m, the YouTuber hears strange noises again, assumes it's wildlife, and stays inside the camper van without anything dangerous happening.
I think basically it is there's sheep here as well as there's horses. I don't know.
This YouTuber spent time in the woods camping and checking out wildlife. When he returned after a storm, he found large boot prints that weren't his, sparking anxiety as he investigated further. The YouTuber uses a live camera to monitor the forest, but doesn't find any signs of an intruder. He grows anxious due to unknown sounds, such as that of a giant bird flying silently.
I think it just might have sketched me out a little bit. I've actually found...
After watching live camera footage, he sees wildlife typically active at night. Surprisingly, he notices a mysterious light in the distance. Several days later, a strange shape appears on the camera again, adding to the mystery and prompting more questions.
This figure comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2.
The video features a well-known YouTuber camping alone in England's spookiest forest near the village of Pluckley, known for its high number of ghostly apparitions. This village holds the record for the most haunted village in England, with over 14 reported ghosts. As the sun sets and the rain begins, the YouTuber starts to prepare a simple meal of meatballs and pasta. But the quiet evening is interrupted by strange sounds, including faraway shooting and what seem to be children screaming. The atmosphere becomes more tense as the YouTuber starts to feel uneasy and hears footsteps around the tent.
And trains.
She spent the night frightened, battling the fear of unnatural forest noises. She discovered a misplaced axe and footprints, then concluded the noises were human. Thankfully, nothing dangerous happened, and the YouTuber could continue her adventure. This YouTuber, Jason Kenzie, starts by recounting his eerie experience in the woods, where he noticed something unusual at the ATV level. The initial silence of the creature is puzzling. Why no noise if it was moving? As Kenzie moves closer, he notices that there's no typical eye shine, which is a telltale sign of animals in low light. The creature's behavior becomes more intriguing. It seems aware of Kenzie, trying to stay hidden, suggesting a cautious or frightened nature. Kenzie is torn between thinking it's a common animal or something more mysterious like Sasquatch.
Filming is whatever it is does appear to try to hide away from me as I step away from the tree and get a clear view of it. As you can see, my feet are...
Despite being captured on camera, the creature remains invisible to the naked eye and adeptly blends into the darkness, hiding behind a tree to stay undetected. Kenzie concludes with a sense of wonder, suggesting they might have witnessed something truly extraordinary.
I'm much better. I do not believe this is an owl for a few reasons. Being so close to camp, not being verbal at all, no indications at all of an owl being there.
In October 2021, YouTuber Field Days went on a solo camping trip to a rumoured haunted Australian cave despite warnings. He set out with very few supplies in the hopes of finding water inside a Leatherman tool, flint, headlamp, GoPro, knife, baked beans, and extra batteries, but no water. The tension grows as he approaches the cave. Climbing down a man-made ladder, he enters a dark, silent cavern filled with narrow paths and small holes.
Climbing out of this cave. Look at the size of it. This is just the entrance of the cave here. and then obviously it just goes back into the darkness.
Suddenly, he heard strange noises in the cave, rocks scraping, an unidentifiable sound, and the distinct clinking of a heavy chain.
In a haunted cave? Oh my f***ing God. That was the sound.
However, because he was scared, he decided to stay until morning. When morning came, he was tired and really thirsty. He felt relieved to have made it through the night and gotten away from the scary noises and experiences. The incident features a police officer's terrifying encounters with a skeletal creature. The YouTuber shares the officer's account and then investigates to find more evidence about the mysterious creature and where it came from.
At the edge of my bed, down by my feet, was the same head that I had seen behind the shed behind my father a week prior.
The YouTuber furthered the evidence collection by spending a night in the woods. He found the forest creepy because of the rustling leaves, hooting owls and snapping branches. He also saw a strange skull with big eyes that might belong to a nocturnal creature. Additionally, he heard unnatural sounds like the grinding of teeth, which added to the suspense.
It's a weird one. It's got very large eye sockets, which could mean that it's a nocturnal.
The investigation is ongoing, and the YouTuber is dedicated to uncovering the truth about the mysterious creature. This makes the investigation into the unknown both complex and exciting.
It's had me thinking tonight. Can you guys hear that noise?
YouTuber Frozen has just gotten back from his latest adventure, and of course he finds himself in the middle of an eerie mystery. While reviewing footage from the Kahana Trail, a subscriber noticed movement in the background behind him on night 1. Intrigued, Frozen revisits the clip.
A subscriber commented and asked me what was running behind my shoulder at this certain time frame on night 1. So I checked it out and...
As he settled into the hammock, something shot in the background. He missed it while editing, but he could see it now. A deer, he thought, so a more petite figure indeed followed him. He outlined his campsite, dense brush all around him, his back to the scrub and the camera facing him. While analysing the enigmatic motion, no sounds indicating the presence of nearby animals were detected.
Video here, but here you can see the campsite, the 2 trees that I'm attached to, just to give everyone a general idea of where the shot was actually taken from.
Frozen zoomed in, enhanced the footage, and brightened the scene to analyse it further. Then Frozen asked viewers for help in solving the mystery, suspecting a deer or coyote. Despite a complete analysis, the mystery left Frozen and his viewers confused.
Miles today.
This is Lisa from the Lisa's Escapades YouTube channel, heading out alone on a night investigation and camp out in the woods. As the footage started, she thanked her fans for their support while feeling unwell. Then, as dusk settled around her camp, she started a fire using birch bark and a cotton ball.
Tonight I'm making some steak that I pre-marinated, and these are Brussels sprouts that
Suddenly, Lisa was startled by snapping branches around her, but remained cautious as she prepared dinner, a pre-marinated steak with Brussels sprouts. Then, in a split second, eerie animal calls, howls and owl hoots intensified the spooky atmosphere.
and there's a lot of owls out here.
Sleeping on the chilly Florida night was difficult, but morning brought a fresh, cold day. Lisa recalled finding a cigarette butt near her car, but enjoyed breakfast and found scattered coins at the campsite, vividly showing she was safe afterward.
Good morning, y'all. It was cold last night. Very cold.
An experienced outdoorsman and YouTuber in a peaceful woodland suspects an intruder on his property after one of his trail cameras disappears. Determined to discover who the intruder is, he sets up a fake camp with night vision binoculars to catch the trespasser.
Just put a little cob light or something inside and see if anyone does pass by, because that last camp that I did have was pretty chilling.
However, after 2.5 weeks, this happened. Then he decides to camp near a suspicious area for just one night. Then, when the forest grew darker, some scary noises broke the silence. His heart beats fast as he tries to find the origin of the disturbance using night vision.
Not sure whether a branch fell out of the tree or something was thrown at that.
In the morning, the odd sounds remained unexplained. They could have come from animals or simply been a strange quirk of the forest. Nevertheless, he was determined to return more prepared and unravel the mystery haunting the woods. In Concepcion, Chile, an American couple parked their van near a shopping mall. They recounted a disturbing camping experience when someone tried to force their way into their van by pounding on the window, ruining their peace.
Oh, you alright, Kurt?
Yeah.
Middle of the night. I don't even know what time it is. It's...
Panic blew up inside the van. Kurt, the husband, yelled and aimed to retaliate at the intruder while his partner tried to get out of bed. Their calm cats were paralyzed with fear.
Out the window.
My feet were caught in the bed and I just fell all the way down to the floor.
Alright guys, we're feeling a little vulnerable.
After Kurt's outburst, he broke the window and fled. They quickly patched it up and found refuge in a 24-hour truck stop, where they rested and fixed the window the next morning.
We're gonna try to find a window first thing in the morning. We're gonna try to get some sleep. I don't know how that's gonna happen. We'll see you in the morning.
This is definitely one of the scariest encounters one could ever witness. Somewhere in the woods around the rocky side, this man spotted something very strange.
What the...
From the rear, it looked like a strange woman watching him while he was camping. But upon closer inspection, it appeared to be some strange cobwebs that looked like an octopus or some sort of ghost.
What is that?
Under giant peaks, a lone adventurer embarks on his first solo camping trip of the season. He journeys and sets up his camp with great precision, all while surrounded by the tranquil sounds of nature. At night, a strange noise breaks the stillness of the cabin. The man tries to ignore it, thinking it might just be the breeze, but the disturbance continues.
Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them, and it started on the other side of my camp.
Suddenly, there's an unearthly jarring scream. At dawn, there's nothing but the taste of peanut butter coffee and thoughts about a unique night. His story ends with a request for theories and a promise to keep exploring.
What the? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like, something literally just went boom over there.
At Patoka Lake Campground in Indiana, a YouTuber named Austin Armstrong set up his camp in the rain. He pitched his tent and started a fire to cook hot dogs. Suddenly, a loud noise startled him. He looked into the darkness but found nothing.
Holy crap. I gotta go check it out. I don't see anything.
Feeling uneasy, he returned to his campfire, hearing strange sounds. As the night went on, he became more and more uncomfortable. Shadows and loneliness made him feel oppressed.
I'm praying to God that it was something collapsing in the fire, but it was very, very loud.
Eventually, he decided to leave and go back to the safety of his van. It was an exciting adventure for Austin, testing his courage in unexpected ways. And this is another scary one here. Imagine waking up and finding yourself surrounded by alligators. That was the case for these young men, as they were camping near the water's edge and were woken up in the middle of the night by tens of alligators.
Buster, ai meu Deus do céu! Vocês estão entendendo o quanto de jacaré tem aqui? Ai meu Deus. Eu tô na barraca literalmente para acampar.
Even though fewer than 5 were visible in their torchlight, they could clearly see the eyes of more than 24 behind them. It was definitely a nightmare for them.
Vamos dormir aqui, guys? Ferrou meu.
This YouTuber was trying to fix his camper's fridge in the quiet mountains of France. He needed help fixing it to cool his food rather than warm it. Some minutes later, he mentioned he saw a girl with a shaved head, dressed like a monk, emerging from the trees. According to him, she didn't respond to his questions and then disappeared into the shadows.
And that goes to the road. But down where she went that way, there's nothing, and there's nothing for miles. Where did she go?
As darkness fell, the man's dog turned its head toward the woods outside and growled softly at the sounds coming from the forest.
I'm gonna leave.
After a while, he decides it's time to leave. Even though his refrigerator is working again, he still feels scared by the mystery of the girl and the haunted woods. This makes him want to keep moving forward without looking back. An experienced outdoorsman goes on a solo wild camping adventure in the Lancashire moors. He sets out with minimal gear to reconnect with nature and escape modern life. As he treks to his campsite, he reflects on enjoying the outdoors without expensive equipment.
You have a little seat there. And yeah, look at this. I'm sat out, looking across everything.
Later in the day, as the soft glow of the tent envelops him, he reflects on a hair-raising encounter from a previous camping expedition near the captivating Shining Tor in Macclesfield, England.
Don't know what that noise is.
The next day, it was a relief to confirm that the mysterious noises from the previous day were just sheep. As the new day begins, he carefully packs up, ensuring not to leave any trace behind, and takes a moment to appreciate the rejuvenating effect of the trip.
Height check. I always show it. I like to show it on every video. Just a patch of flattened grass. Make sure you've not left any pegs, even ends are.
The footage features an incident from a YouTube channel called Exploring with Fighters. The creators of this channel are actually a group of friends, and in this incident, they were camping at the infamous Black Forest Witch Gallow. After having fun at the site during the day, they used a device that allowed them to hear the sounds of the unseen.
It said burning, and it said alive.
Oh
Burning
my
alive.
God!
See?
British
angry. Oh my God.
After they confirmed it was definitely a haunted section, all of a sudden, as they were about to end the footage, they experienced eerie and unsettling events, including strange noises, the tent being kicked, and fingers running across the tent's fabric.
What the fucking hell was that? Dude, it's like someone just...
I know.
Did you feel that?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, it's like someone just fucking...
The group debated whether to stay or leave as the disturbances intensified, capturing the escalating tension and fear. But just as they were about to get out of the tent, anyone watching the footage would see a creature on the right side of the screen running away from where the car was parked. Even though the group of friends didn't see it, it was after the video was posted that viewers noticed.
There's no one here.
Douglas, what was that fucking noise? Cole, calm down.
Eventually, the group decided to pack up and leave, unnerved by the mysterious happenings. This adventurer on Reddit was exploring a familiar forest, but noticed something different this time around. As night fell, he settled into his canopy, enjoying the silence and comfort until some strange sound abruptly shattered it. He felt his heart pounding as he wondered what kind of wild animal it might be. He tried to stay calm, but the howls kept getting louder and closer, making him tremble inside his tent. He stayed huddled in his tent, afraid it might be a boar outside. The howls continued, coming and going, preventing him from sleeping until daybreak. Finally, as dawn broke, the howling ceased. Exhausted, he thought of what it could be, then realized that the culprit was a small deer, a water deer, its cries more terrifying than its appearance, a very cute creature. In the eerie depths of Britain's Cannock Chase Forest, 4 adventure enthusiasts, Russian Wonderland Chris and CB, set up their tents, feeling nervous and excited. The forest is known for spooky sightings and has haunting stories from its dark past, including tales of children murdered by some heartless killers, ghost soldiers, and even UFO sightings.
I have set up a camera
You are the Blackpool Tower.
Because we keep hearing things.
It's a bit racist.
In an instant, a profound and unsettling sound shattered the silence. With cameras in hand, they courageously continued to capture the scene, despite the chilling atmosphere and the eerie shadows flickering around them.
What was that? Did you hear that noise then?
A piercing scream pierces the silence of the night once more. The person holding the device for hearing ghostly voices instinctively activates it and hears unexplainable voices, which would give anyone a sense of being watched. When the morning came, they had lost all their bravery for exploration and decided to leave, feeling uneasy about the forest. They had just experienced a scary adventure that they definitely would never forget. A group of friends set up camp under the dark shadows near Little Bighorn. They were full of excitement about finding hidden gold. The atmosphere was tense, and their laughter was interrupted by the troubling quiet and the far-off calls of coyotes.
Where did the coyotes come from that way, too? But is that the guy?
Stop, bro.
No, I'm not saying like a...
The night drew their interest as it got darker. They heard their steps on the ground under the starry sky. Suddenly, a terrifying scream broke the silence. They were gripped by fear as the once friendly wilderness now felt threatening and full of hidden dangers.
Hello? Holy fuck! Holy fuck! As soon as you said hello, there was a scream. No lie, that is on.
Lost and alone, each shadow could hold danger, turning their search for treasure into a fight for survival. As dawn broke, they realized that finding gold was the least of their concerns, as they had formed a strong bond through their shared fear.
Wow, what was that?
There's a person over there.
Dude, there was two people? Two people?
On a YouTube channel dedicated to posting about outdoor mysteries, one of the subscribers emailed a video of one of their relatives on a camping adventure.
Hear it? Get Trevor. Austin, get the lift.
After spending several hours chilling in the forest, night fell. At some point while they were sleeping, they heard scary screams that sounded mysterious. One could deduce the sound to be that of coyotes or wolves in the forest, but the knocking grew louder and more insistent. Feeling terrified by the sound, they urgently needed to leave for their car immediately, as it was no longer safe for them.
Get my keys.
This video starts with a calm night sky, soon disrupted by a stunning lightning bolt. Below, a unit of soldiers was assembled at a camp. Out of nowhere, a mysterious shape appears above them, hovering silently. As the object glides closer, the air crackles with energy, a spaceship unlike anything seen before. As it flies overhead, the wind picks up, whipping through the campsite with a fierce intensity. Then, as if commanded by some unseen force, another flash of lightning splits the sky, brighter and more powerful than the first.